Well, first of all, as I've said, in the current environment, because of our position, we are well able, have the capacity and capability to manage the current challenging environment. We have all the powers accorded to the central bank. Within the central bank, we have the governance and accountability framework exists with the checks and balances. We have the Monetary Policy Committee, which now has external members, and I'm very pleased to see that development, that we have 2 external members. And then we have the Financial Stability Committee that deals with risk to financial stability. Then we have the Financial Stability Executive Committee that has external members, whereby we can actually introduce or request for information and implement macroprudential measures to non-banks who are actually doing banking business, like credit cooperatives or building societies and so on. And as a result, we've been able to really deal with significant potential risks like household indebtedness, with the growth of personal loans growing by 20-30%, and mainly not by the banks, but by the non-banks. But with the measures that we introduce, with the powers given by this Financial Stability Executive Committee, we were able to rein in this to now growing by 3 to 4%. So it's effective. And so I think the whole system and the policy decision making is all functioning effectively and delivering results. So I have a high degree of confidence that this is likely to continue because of what we have in the organization of Bank Negara Malaysia. And there's no reason to doubt that the organization wouldn't continue to deliver the kind of results. They have shown time and again we've been able to rise to the occasion and implement policies, not just to respond to the immediate term challenges, but to build for the future. And the future is a very exciting future with greater migration to electronic payments, greater regional financial integration. There's a lot more work to be done. And this work, you may hear the results being announced from year to year, like this year. So many results demonstrating milestones in the area of ASEAN financial integration. But this was possible over several years of work. And this is what we need to do now, prepare for future challenges. Because right now, if you ask me, we can manage the current environment, the effects of the current environment, and still deliver a credible growth of 4 to 4.5% despite all these developments that has taken place. And we will continue to be able to do so. But unless now that we prepare for the future, then we will have some future challenges that may put us in great difficulty if we don't prepare now. For example, we need to prepare for an aging population. We need to prepare for greater urbanization. We need to prepare for moving up the value-added chain. And that means education, having a greater skilled workforce. And of course, for Bank Negara, we acted as a catalyst and for education in the financial sector. From the starting point for graduates, we take them by the hundreds, retrain them so that at the entry point they enter better equipped for the financial services sector. Then the current workforce that are currently in the financial system, there has many opportunities now to enhance their capability under the umbrella of the Asian Institute of Finance and all the associated entities for banking, for insurance, for Islamic finance, and so on. And we even invited the capital market, SIDC, to be part of it. And so the education is intensified. Then we have at the leadership level to develop future leaders who will become CEOs of financial institutions and then board members. I would say there's been major transformation of boards of financial institutions from our supervisory oversight. We are really seeing in actuality, we have programs for development of directors of financial institutions, and they have become increasingly more high-powered, recognizing what risks that the financial institutions are entering into. And they know the right questions to ask. That is based on the financial education directors, financial institutions directors education, FIDE program. So at every level, and for Islamic finance, we have a global IMCF, a Global University for Islamic Finance. They have more than 2,000 students from 83 countries, and the graduates in 2015, 248 graduated, and they are working in financial institutions here in Malaysia and in other parts of the world. And if we didn't do that, the other parts of the world will take all our expertise. And so this is what we've done. And we can also measure the performance of those workforce in the financial sector in terms of their efficiency level, in terms of their productivity. We have benchmarks for every institution, and then we tell them what their ranking is in the financial sector. And so this drives improvement. So this is what needs to be done, really, if Malaysia is going to succeed. So we've done what we can to act as a catalyst for enhancing the talent and the workforce in the financial system.
Dr. Zeti, are you saying that regardless of who the Prime Minister picked as his successor, the system is in place, the market should not be worried?
Well, there would be varying degrees. Let me tell you what the process is and where the process is now. The process first is the board, and we have a board member here. The board, first of all, discusses, and finally the governance committee of the board, which is made up of private sector. That means no Bank Negara official is in that committee. It's just like the audit committee of the board. We have a governance committee, and this governance committee rigorously assesses the candidates. Like even for our monetary policy committee, when we had 2 external members, they were very rigorous. They didn't accept every recommendation that Bank Negara management made, and currently they approved for 2 to be our external members. So right now in our Act of 2009, it says what credentials and attributes the governor should have. So that means not anybody can be appointed to the position. That person must have knowledge, extensive knowledge, especially in the current environment. And I, from personal experience, can tell you that it is becoming increasingly complex. When we talk about lifelong learning, for me, for 16 years, it was learning all the time. And the fact that I had the opportunity to go to Basel and meet other governors who are members of the BIS, and even from those who are not members of the BIS, in many, many areas, like even on financial inclusion, there are other countries that have made greater advancement in certain areas. like Kenya made advancement in mobile banking, and we learn from them. We learn from each other. So it's continuous learning. So whoever takes on the job must have the expertise in the area. And in the current environment, of course, if the person has the expertise ready at hand, then there's no learning curve. The learning curve can be very steep. And so this is all this is taken into consideration by our governance committee of the board, and they have made the recommendation to the government. And so now the government will make the decision.
Tajri.
We're not stating our preference. And we don't even have privy to the recommendation that has been made by our governance committee. Is highly confidential, and you just have to be patient. It's within days, I'm sure. There are only 38 days left. Within the 38 days that you're going to know. This is something that is ongoing. It would be incorrect for me to comment. All I can do is prepare this organization so that it retains its organizational resilience to whatever happens. We, of course, wish for the right decision to be made, to have somebody highly qualified and who will step in the job and be able to do the job quickly, without having a long learning period to taking over the business at hand.